My name is Imran Baig. I am a handwriting analyst. So today we're going to be discussing about yourself, how we can able to fix your frequency using your handwriting. Many people ask me questions like, Imran, how can I fix my frequency using the handwriting, using the power of graphotherapy? So the answer is very simple. What is important is that I know you want to achieve results in your life. I know you want to have higher results in your life. But the far most important thing to achieve there is that, see, everything on the planet Earth gets created twice. Everything on the planet Earth gets created twice. Once in your head and second in reality. And my job is how you can create that in your head. How do you empower here will reflect in the reality also. Many of us don't believe it's possible here. So if you ask me, Imran, how can I increase my frequency with handwriting? Because handwriting is directly coming from your brain using the neural pathways onto the paper. So when you make changes in your handwriting, you're reprogramming your neural pathway and sending the signals back to your brain. And that's how the frequency gets changed and the results gets faster and manifested for real. So this is the process we follow. So now the question is, Imran, what do I specifically write to influence my subconscious mind? There are many ways of doing it, but what we have done is we have systematically created material for you to write. So that's why if you enroll into our programs, we send you physical books, stationery, so that you can get started and practice specific things to increase your frequency. Not only that, also to improve your health. Because we are very interested in curing our problems. Like people ask me, Imran, what do I do to help me with my diabetes? How do I fix my BP and things like. See, I love to do that. I will definitely support you in that. But for me, more importantly, also what is important is, can we all work towards prevention than actually curing? So never again in the future, you should have any health challenge. So that's why our belief is that a healthy mind cannot have a diseased body. So how we can make your mind healthy is by programming it. And there are many ways of doing programming. True, yeah, we can do meditation, we can do yoga, we can do exercise, we can do a lot of religious and spiritual awakening. It's possible. But if you ask me then, why handwriting? Handwriting is the easiest and the fastest way to reprogram your subconscious mind. Because it's directly connected to the neural pathways. It's as simple as possible. I love the session of answering question answers. So I have some questions which I'm going to be definitely answering. And the first question which I like to get started answering is that the question was asked, letter for better relationship. It's very important because when we talk about relationship, it's about the people around you. It could be your family, it could be friends, it could be your social or workplace. But let's now focus on that. Now, if you really look into the handwriting, that one letter which is concretely talking about your relationship domain is your letter Y or the letter G. So any of the lower loop letters. So if I'm writing the letter Y or a G, you see the space of the Y. You see the size of the Y. So now look into your handwriting, whether it is a G or a V, look at the size of your handwriting. So either it is healthy, that means not too big, not too small, or either it will be, look into handwriting, it will be little big. And sometimes it will be very big. And many a times it's actually very narrow. Sometimes it's only half. So no matter whether it is the Y, it is the G, or it is the Z, you will see this in all the various letters. So the A is, so the B is, or the C is. So how do you focus on your relationship is, the first and the concrete part of your relationship is trust. Only if I trust Tarun enough, I will allow him into my inner circle of friends. All of us operate in relationship with trust. Many a times we lack the trust. And why our trust gets shaken up, why our trust gets shapen up is because of our past experiences. Somebody misused your trust, somebody actually, did not really honor your trust, and all these things will happen. So now if you look into your handwriting, the size of the loop talks about the number of people you trust in your life, or how much is your trust quotient. And the lesser your trust quotient, the lesser number of friends you have. In fact, we call this category of people as socially selective people. What do we mean by socially selective is that They're very friendly, they talk to everybody, but when it comes to going out, when it comes to spending time, when it comes to, doing things, they are very, very choosy who is allowed to come inside in their friend circle. So much choosy that if I can ask them how many friends they have, they can count on their fingers. Sometimes the fingers are more and the friends are less. And they're socially selective people. I might feel, okay, why are they so cold? Why are they not allowing me in their friend circle? No, I may try to judge them, but it's very simple. They take time to allow people into their friends. And basically, what I call these people as checklist people. So they have a mental checklist. They observe, they tick mark, and then one fine day they say, okay, you're allowed inside. So that's how they operate. And you know what? Some of you are so choosy as friends that you have one person who you call up to cry, one person to ask for advice, one person to go out and shop. So you're very choosy. So they're very, very particular who you allow. But if you have it too big of a loop, that means you're trusting too many people. So that's why there are higher chances of you getting gullible. What do you mean by gullible? Gullibility means you're taking everybody's input, you're taking everybody's insight. So higher chances of getting misused. So the idea here is identifying which space you look into. Now, if you ask me, Imran, how do I improve my relationship quotient? My go-to letter would be to write your Y or a G healthy enough, not too big, not too small. So if you ask me technically, how do I balance this out? I have a strategy for you. In fact, I teach all these things in my program, which is the first step program. So make sure whenever you write your loop is proportionate to the head of the G. Can you see here? If I'm writing my G or a Y and I'm writing my loop, so make sure the loop is as proportionate as much as it. But now look at here, this is becoming 2 times the size of the Y. This is proportionate, and that's why you need to be really working on. So this will help you to improve your relationship quotient by improving your ability to trust people. There are many more ways of writing it, but right now I'm being very specific to answer the questions which is been asked me. So don't worry, there are 128 things we can look into your handwriting, okay? Letter that can be practiced to height increase and help internal functioning of the body. So many times I get this question asked, Imran, tell me a letter to lose the weight. Tell me a letter to increase my height, or tell me a letter to, accept my, work on my health. So there are 2 ways of looking at it. I love to work on improving your health. I can support you how you can prevent your body from getting impacted towards, any type of psychosomatic diseases and things like that. But now today, I'm here to answer a question, how to increase your height. This question actually baffled me. The question was, tell me a letter to increase my height. I got that. But more importantly, why is it so important for you not to accept your own height? So somewhere the self-image is under question. And listen to me very carefully. There are many strategies or many theories around why we get health problems, but my theory and strategy is that, look at this. Many of us are in fight with our own body. You're not in harmony with your own body. So much so that some of you forget about the height. Some of us are not even complete about being the gender which we are in. And even on the lighter note, like we teach this in our Inner Physician program where we talk about some of us are not even comfortable with our own gender. Like most of the ladies have this equation that I wish I was a man, they get more freedom, they have more flexibility to do things, so I'm not okay. So the moment you have this conversation with your body is in fight with you. So there's a disharmony between the mind and the body, and that's why your body causes all the health challenges. So your hormonal issues, you have PCOD, you have PCOS, you'll have a dramatic menopause, and all these issues are happening because somewhere you're not in peace with it. So improving your self-image and having self-acceptance is a big result which you can develop in your life. Because once you get comfortable in your own skin, once you get comfortable with your own body image, you will start focusing on a bigger things. That's the idea there. So focus should be on that. So if you ask me to improve your height, now I'll tell you how to improve your self-esteem, where the height is not the bigger problem you need to focus on. You need to be focusing on bigger results in your life. So let's focus on the next question. So the next question is, how do you use handwriting to improve commitment? And for good grades, what do I need to do? So how do you improve your commitment is, there's a very beautiful behavior which is called as persistence. How many of you have problem that you're not being consistent with whatever you do in your life. Imran, I'm not consistent with my exercise. I'm not consistent with my affirmation reading. I'm not consistent with my DMP. I'm not consistent. So there's so many ways of improving your commitment and consistency. So let's focus on what you need to be really doing to improve your consistency and focus. Number one, you need to definitely have this in your handwriting. So in handwriting analysis, there is a trait which is called as persistence. So if you're in the habit of writing your letter F, look at this. This goes to the left and comes back on the same line. You see this? This is called as a double backing stroke. We also see this in the letter T. You write your T, it comes like a double backing. So this develops persistence in your behavior. This develops an ability to consistently do things. But before you reach here, there are more groundwork which you need to be doing. So there are more things you need to really fix before you actually fix your persistence, because there's so many other behaviors. If you don't work on that, this persistence can actually spill over on that. Okay, so it's important that you need to have a basic understanding. So handwriting analysis is not about changing letters alone. No, you need to have a deeper understanding. So what comes before change is to understand what to change. Make sense? What comes before change is to understand what to change. So once you have that clarity, then all these things can be applied on. So this will help you to make sure that you have consistency in your, persistence in your approach. But there are many more things which I can give you to work on. Okay? There are some more questions which I have already, so I'm just answering that. Can we know if a person has diabetes? Yes. If I look into your handwriting, I can understand all the possible psychosomatic diseases which you're handling in your life right now. And more importantly, I can also identify if your body has become dependent on medicine. So how many of you know there are people who have health challenges where they normally take tablets on a daily basis, like they can't miss one tablet, like issues related to the BP and things like that. So yes, all these things can be identified. Now, which letter to look into it? Now, that's a deeper conversation. You need to have a little more maturity as a handwriting analyst to talk about the health aspect of it. But the answer is yes, it can be identified. If you enjoyed what you just watched, I have more things to share with you. So click on the subscription button, click on the, hit the bell button so that you are notified next time I upload a new video. And it's not just about giving you a snippet into what is possible in the world of handwriting analysis, but here is my invitation. Come discover how you can change yourself using the power of your handwriting. And I completely believe in this beautiful saying. It says, the power to change your life is inside of you. If you want to discover this power and unlock your success and focus on eliminating all your fears so that you can become unstoppable, join my community. For more details, look into the description.